welcome to class. This is a gentle somatic practice for those darker mornings that we're getting into now. Really any time when you just feel like you have low energy and you need a very gentle reconnection with the body. We're going to start on our back, and most of our practice will be done on our back and a little bit seated towards the end. I don't think you need any props for this, but it's always useful having a blanket maybe, or something that you might use to make some of the poses more comfortable. Let's settle on the back body. Think about having your feet about hip width apart. So the top of the femurs, the knees and the ankles are in the same line. And we'll just start with a pelvic rock. So start to lift the tailbone up, rolling onto the low back, feeling the stomach muscles contract a little bit and the low back come in contact with the mat. And then roll forward over the tailbone so that your low back arches and you get a stretch across the front of the body. You could bring your hands here onto your hips to feel your pelvis and to really feel this movement as you roll across it, noticing the femur heads moving in the hip sockets. And this could be as small or as large a movement as feel comfortable for you. You might start cueing your breath with the movement with an inhale and an exhale. Gently bring yourself back towards the center of your pelvis, and you might lift and lower a couple of times just to get that feeling of really settling onto the center of the back of the pelvis. And now let's think about drawing the right hip up towards the right underarm, lengthening the left hip down. And then moving in the opposite way, hitch up the left hip and send the right hip down. So a little bit like you're scrunching one side of the waist and lengthening the other. But we're really moving from these hip points, gently agitating around the tailbone, the sacroiliac joint, where the spine and the pelvis connect. So we moved up and down, and now we're moving side to side. And come back to center, and again, lift and lower a couple of times. Really finding the center of your pelvis. And then this time, let's leave the pelvis as it is and wiggle the shoulders a little bit further away so that you've got a lovely long spine, and you might lightly tuck the chin towards the chest so you've got a long back of the body. Make sure that the feet again are hip width apart, nicely in line, arms at your sides. Now let's lift the tailbone and keep lifting, coming up to a very low bridge. And once you're here, you might bring your hands back onto your pelvis and drop one hip down to the ground and back up. And then the other hip down towards the ground and back up. So now a little stretch for the fascia across the low back. Sort of like pulling chewing gum. The longer you spend on that descension of one hip, the more you'll feel that pull. Come back to center and maybe lift up the hips a little bit more. Now some engagement with the hamstrings, the glutes. Iron out that crease at the front of your hips. You could wiggle your shoulders underneath you here and bring your hands pressing down against the floor if you like. Take a nice big breath. Let it go. Gently release and roll your seat down and settle it. Just bring the right knee in towards the chest and then straighten up towards the ceiling. You could hold on at the back of your thigh if you wanted, or you might not need to. And just bend and straighten the leg a few times. And then make sure that your pelvis feels settled, and you might need to up, slip, down, slip your hips a little bit. So notice if your left hip is down a little bit, your right hip is hitched. Can you bring them back level? And then we'll just bring the leg down and back up without the pelvis moving. So you might put your hands on your pelvis here. We're just moving the hip in the socket, and you could point and flex to feel the differences. And then let's extend that leg long, all the way along the mat, and bring the left knee in. Gently pull the left knee up as you lengthen the right leg away from you. If you wanted to here, you could slide your left hand towards your foot or your ankle and open that left leg up into a little half happy baby. Maybe the arm comes out to the side to keep you from rolling over. Take some deep breaths. Relax your right hip as much as possible. And gently bring that left foot back in, back down towards the ground. And bring your right foot back. Plant, settle your pelvis again. Let's lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. And to begin with, we're just bending and straightening, waking up the hamstring. And then straighten that leg, check in with your hips, and you might need to level them out. Right hip up, left hip down. Find that stability in the pelvis, and then we'll lengthen the leg away and bring it back up. Low back doesn't move, so you're not rolling across the pelvis here. Just the femur moving in the socket. You might feel your core muscles getting a little bit of a work here. One more. And then let's gently bring the leg down. Lay it along the mat. Draw the right knee in. Right knee towards you, left foot away from you. Take some nice big breaths. Really relax that left leg. And then you could slide your hand along maybe the ankle or the foot, coming to your half happy baby. And notice if you're kind of rolling onto the right, bring yourself back onto the back of your body. You might stretch your leg out, left arm out for support. Relax that left leg. Slow breaths into the front of the left hip. And gently bring your foot in. Bring both feet back onto the ground and just recenter yourself on the back of the pelvis. Let's lift the hips enough to drop them over to the right, and then bring your knees up and drop them to the left so that you're in a very gentle reclined twist. Bringing the arms out at the sides. We're going to circle the right arm overhead, and as it passes your ear, roll with it so that you're onto your left hand side, and then bring it circling back over and open your upper body out. And you can make these circles as big or as small as you want. You could also go all the way if you wanted. But we're just opening the upper body and closing the upper body. There will be some movement in your hip and your pelvis, but we're mainly focusing on that right shoulder and your upper back. Take a big breath as you twist open. And exhale as you close. One more. You might pause for a moment, bringing that right shoulder blade a bit closer to the ground. And then use your feet, your core muscles to come back onto your back body. You might need to realign yourself on the mat. Lift your hips a little to the left, knees come up and tuck towards the right. And you've got your left arm calming overhead to join the right. Big expansive inhale and exhale. You might pause in your twist for a moment. And then use your knees, your obliques to come back and recenter yourself on the mat. Let's walk the legs out long, arms overhead. Take a big stretch, fingers to toes. Bring the arms down at your sides, rest them there. And just going to lift chin to chest. I need to watch my microphone. Without lifting your shoulder blades. So it's just the neck extensors, looking down the body towards your toes. Keep the shoulder blades down. Stay here just until you feel a bit of a stretch through the side of the neck, maybe the front of the throat. And then roll back down, let the head be heavy. Okay, let's do that once more. Chin to chest, shoulder blades are down, looking down the body towards the toes. Gauging the neck flexors. And come back down. Let's now bring the arms overhead again. Another stretch long, and then bring the arms forward, and as they pass your ears, start to tuck chin to chest, look towards the toes, arms come forward, and now let's continue as if someone is pulling your fingertips. Engage your core to come up. Come to a seated position with a straight back first of all, and then curl through the spine to roll, dragging your feet with you. And as you come down, let's crisscross the arms right over left. Bring them overhead and a great big circle like you're pulling off a jumper. Bring the arms forward. Tuck the chin towards the chest, look to the toes, and then pull the hands forward and come up. You could bring the arms up, you don't need to. Just a straight back. And then curl the spine, dragging yourself down, and this time left wrist over right. And a great big circle with the arms, like you're taking off your jumper. Okay, chin to chest. Let's gently come up, straight spine, and then let's hip hinge and just slight forward fold. Look towards your toes, don't drop your head. Come back up, roll back, right hand over left. Circle overhead, chin to chest, curling up. Using your core muscles, and you can have a bit of a hip hinge, slight forward fold extension. Come up last time, left wrist over right this time, rolling back down. Oh, circle the arms, chin to chest, engaging everything to come up. Hip hinge to come forward, and we'll hold our forward fold. I'm just going to hold on to the sides of my shins here. Straight spine, all the depth is in my hip sockets. Toes are curling back a little bit and the gaze is forward. Shoulder blades down my back. Relax through your hips. Draw the stomach in, your core muscles in towards your spine. And then if you like, you can relax the arms, tuck the chin, roll the head down. Big fascial stretch all along the peripheral chain. Take a big breath into the back ribs. And walk the hands back in. Straighten the spine. As hands behind, plant the feet and just drop the knees side to side. Windscreen wiper. And come towards an easy cross-legged position. This is where you might like to sit up on a blanket. Just interlace the hands in your lap. Bring them up to your chest. Flip the palms, and as you press the palms away, C-curve into the spine, tucking chin to chest. Then lift the palms above the head, shoulder blades up the back, little bit of an arch. And release the hands. Bring them back to your lap. Try and get the other thumb on top this time. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, C-curve. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Twice more. Right thumb on top. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Left thumb on top. Let's bring fingertips to the tops of the shoulders. Circle elbows and wrists. Front and back of the body. Crunchy, crunchy shoulder blades, and then the other way. Elbows, wrists. Have a little jiggle. Let's bring the arms up, look up, turn to the right. Seated twist. Looking over the right shoulder. Deep breath. Bring the right arm up, left shoulder towards your knee. Lean over. And as you come up, draw that right elbow down towards the side of the body. Pin it in and try and open the right hand like a book. Release. Left shoulder towards left knee. Come up, elbow towards your body. Twice more. Inhale and exhale. One more. Release the fingertips. See if there's a little bit more space in your twist. And circle forward. Let's bring fingertips up, gazes up. Twist to the left. Hold your twist, looking past your left shoulder. And then we've got an inhale, right shoulder down, left arm over. Big side body stretch. And as you come up, elbow towards the side of the body and try and open that left palm like a book, even while you pin the elbow. Shoulder down, arm over. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Fingertips behind you, a little bit more straight, a little bit more twist maybe. and release. Come back to center. Rest the hands on the knees. Just drop one ear towards one shoulder. Roll the chin down to the other side. Little half moons. You could do some full neck circles if you wanted. See how that feels. Bring back to center. Try and align top of the head over that central column of the spine. Relax your pelvic floor, relax your hips. Keeping your face pointing forward, nose forward. Just look up with your eyes towards the ceiling. Look towards the top right corner. Look to the far right. Look down to the bottom right. Down towards the floor, or maybe your nose. Over to the bottom left. To the side. Top left. All the way up to the ceiling. Look forward, blink a few times. Keep your gaze forward, but try and open the periphery of your vision, noticing the full expanse of your periphery. What can you see around the edges of your vision? Open your eyes wide. Blink a few times. Relax. Come back to your body, back to your breath. You might like to bring a hand over your heart, a hand over your abdomen. Pause for a moment, just to feel the rhythm of your breath, the resonance of your practice. Hope you enjoyed this gentle somatic wake up. Thank you for joining me.